Welcome all. Today we can solve two problems in friction. We have already completed one problem related to friction already in the previous class, and now we can discuss two problems. That means two parts of a single problem related to friction. Here is the problem. A body resting on a rough horizontal plane required a pull of 180 Newton inclined at 30 to plane just to move it. It was found that a push of 220 Newton inclined at 30 to the plane just moved the body. Determine the weight of the body and the coefficient of friction. Here we have given two different conditions, in which first condition is that a pull of 180 Newton and the line of action of that 180 Newton is inclined 30 with the horizontal line. That pull of 180 Newton inclined 30 to the plane just moved the body. That pull of magnitude 180 Newton moved the body, or just moved the body. In the second case, a push of magnitude 220 Newton. A push of 220 Newton inclined at the same angle, inclined at 30 to the plane, just moved the body. That is the two different conditions. And we have to find out the coefficient of friction. We have to find out the coefficient of friction mu. Here in both cases mu is constant. In both cases mu is constant, and both cases that weight is also constant. The same weight, same body is applied by two different conditions. We have to find out the coefficient of friction between the contact surfaces. Okay, that is a question, and here is the solution. Here is the first portion. Here is the representation of that pull of 180 Newton, and the line of action of the pull of 180 Newton is already represented by this particular line, and that line is inclined 30 with the horizontal line. Given pull is equal to 180 Newton and push is equal to 220 Newton, and the angle at which force is inclined with the horizontal plane alpha is equal to 30 That is already we have discussed that condition, where W is equal to weight of the body, that must be vertically downward, and R is the normal reaction. Here that surface, the contact surface is horizontal, so that the normal reaction is in vertical direction, and mu is the coefficient of friction. And then we can consider the first condition as shown in figure, in this particular figure, and resolving the forces horizontally, all the forces horizontally, then we can say that this F1, the total forces in positive x direction, must be equal to total forces in negative x direction. That is a condition. Equations of equilibrium says that sigma fx must be equal to 0, so that here F1 is in negative x direction, so that F1 must be equal to here 180 cos 30 Here the angle between the horizontal direction and 180 line of action of 180 Newton, is equal to 30 so that the horizontal component of this 180 Newton must be equal to 180 cos 30 in the horizontal direction, and 180 is sin 30. 180 sin 30 must be in vertical direction. That is a condition. Then F1 must be equal to 180 cos 30 F1 must be equal to 180 cos 30 That is equal to 180 into cos 30 is equal to 0.866, and we can calculate that magnitude of F1. And we can resolve this forces. We can resolve the forces in this particular diagram in vertical direction also. While we are resolving the forces in vertical direction, then the equation will become like this: R1 total forces in positive y direction, that means upward direction, is equal to R1 plus 180 sine 30 degree, that must be equal to vertically downward forces, that is equal to W, or R1 is equal to W minus 180 sine 30 degree. W minus 180 sine 30 degree, that's equal to W minus 90 Newton. W minus 90 Newton. We can substitute the value of R1 from equation number 2 to equation number 1. Then we can say that 155.9 that's equal to F1 is equal to mu into R1. R1 is the normal reaction in the first condition. R1 normal reaction from this particular surface while we are applying this particular condition, first condition, that's equal to mu into R1, that's equal to mu into W minus 90. We can treat this as equation number 1 also. We can treat this equation as equation number 1. We can name it as equation number AB, or A and B, or anything like that. We can substitute the value of R1 from this equation to this equation, and we can name this equation as equation number 1. Then applying the second condition, a push of 220 Newton applied on this particular object, and the line of action of that push is equal to push is 30 degree inclined to horizontal direction. In that case, while resolving in the horizontal direction, F2 must be in positive direction, and 220 cos 30 in the negative x direction. 220 cos 30 degree in negative x direction. Then this equation will become F2 is equal to 220 cos 30. Then we can calculate that F2 as 190.5 Newton. Then resolving in the vertical direction, we can say that this 220 sine 30 degree must be vertically downward, so that W plus 220 sine 30 degree must be equal to R2 is equal to W plus 220 sine 30, and that's equal to W plus 110 Newton. Then this will be equation number 2. We can substitute this value in this particular equation, and we can create an equation like this, equation number 2. Then we have already have an equation named equation number 1, and then equation number 1 divided by equation number 2 will be like this. Then we can cancel that mu from this from both this equation. Then 155.9 divided by 190.5 is equal to W minus 90 divided by W plus 110. Then we can cross multiply, and we can easily calculate W. Weight of the object, weight of the body, as 999.2 Newton. 999.2 Newton. And we can substitute this value in any of the equation 1 or 2. We can easily calculate that mu also. Then mu will become 0.173. Mu is a constant, and there is no units for that coefficient of friction. Then mu is equal to 0.173. That is the final answer. Thank you all.